Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Ipshita Bansal from BPS Women's University, Sonipat, Haryana. Today we are going to talk on the module Strategic Human Resource Management in 21st Century from the paper Strategic Human Resource Management. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concept of strategic HRM. Also, they will be able to understand the different terminologies related to strategic HRM. Focusing at procurement, development, appraisal, compensation, integration and maintenance of human resources. In return, employees feel valued and rewarded. In the context of the changing environment, the model of HRM given by Ulrich explains the working of HR department along with the various roles exhibited by the HR manager to gain competitive advantage. Whereas the functions of HR department include having strategic focus, people management, systems management and operational functions, the role of HR manager include being a strategic partner, a change agent, an employee champion and an administrative expert. A major issue is the changing role of HR in organizations. Where HR was once a clerical function that was relegated to perform invisible role in the organizations, today more and more companies have elevated the HR function to the integral part of the senior planning team. So students, let's now understand what is strategy. The origin of this concept has military orientation, going back to the Greek word strategos, for a general who organizes, leads and directs his forces to most advantageous position. The context of business, it explains how top management is leading the organizations in a particular direction in order to achieve its specific goals, objectives, vision and overall purpose. The main emphasis of strategy is to enable an organization to achieve competitive advantage with its unique capabilities by focusing on present and future direction of the organization. According to Chandler, strategy is the determination of the basic long-term goals and objectives of an enterprise and the adoption of courses of action and the allocation of resources necessary for carrying out these goals. A strategy, whether it is an HR strategy or any other kind of management strategy, must have two key elements. First, there must be strategic objectives, that is, the things strategy is supposed to achieve. And second, there must be a plan of action, that is, the means by which it is proposed that the objectives will be met. The diagram shows the hierarchy of strategy. At the first level is the functional strategy, the second level the business strategy and the third level corporate strategy. Now let's understand the details of these types of strategy. Corporate strategy. It is the direction an organization takes with the objective of achieving business success in the long run. Second, business strategy. Business strategy is a long-term plan of action designed to achieve a particular goal or set of goals or objectives. Operational strategy. It is a plan that details how a business will use its production resources to meet its goals. Now students, let's understand the steps in strategy formulation. First step is define mission and vision of the organization. Then set objectives. After that, conduct a SWOT analysis that is, appraisal of all the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Fourth, analyze existing strategies to determine their relevance in the light of the internal and external appraisal. It should include gap analysis. Next, define in the light of this analysis the distinctive capabilities of the organization. Define the key strategic issues emerging from the previous analysis. These will be concerned with such matters as product market scope, shareholder value, and resource capability. Next step is determine corporate and functional strategies for achieving goals and competitive advantage, taking into account the key strategic issues. Next step is prepare integrated strategic plans for implementing strategies. Then implement the strategies. And lastly, monitor implementation and revise existing strategies or develop new strategies as necessary. Let's now understand Whittington's perspective on strategy. The formation of organizational strategy as suggested by Whittington in 1993 presents four generic approaches to strategy formulation along the two dimensions of processes and outcomes of strategy. The x-axis deals with the extent to which strategy is formed in a rational, formal, planned and deliberate manner. It is a result of bounded rational approach or is emergent in nature. The y-axis relates to outcomes, that is the extent to which organizational strategy focuses on profit maximizing outcomes. The top left hand quadrant represents a mix of maximum profit maximization and a formal, planned and deliberate approach to strategy formulation. Whittington denotes this combination as classical. The combination in the top right hand is that of profit maximization and an emergent kind of strategy formation called the evolutionary approach. The other two combinations, the emergent approach to strategy formation and pluralistic type of outcome and deliberate process and pluralistic outcomes, are denoted as processual and systemic approaches respectively. So, we have four terms with respect to typology of strategy as defined by Whittington. First is the classical, that is strategy formulation as a rational process of deliberate calculation. Second is evolutionary, strategy formulation. Third is process based strategy formulation, and fourth, systemic strategy. So, let us now understand the concept of strategic human resource management. The concept of human resource management focuses on managing the most important resource, human beings, through recruiting and hiring the best employees and providing them with compensation, benefits, training and development, with the help of which they become successful within an organization. So, now what is strategic HRM? The concept and role of strategic human resource management is step further in which it takes these responsibilities by aligning them with the goals of other departments and overall organizational goals. The organization which adopt the practices of strategic management also ensure that all of their objectives are aligned with the mission, vision, values and goals of the organization of which they are a part. Strategic HRM integrates the broad organizational issues relating to cultural change, structural change, performance effectiveness, knowledge management, future growth requirements, and the capabilities. So, strategic HRM defines the purpose and plans of an organization to achieve the business goals with the help of the people. It is based on the following hypothesis. For competitive advantage, the human resource is very important. For any strategic plan, the people are very important. And lastly, organizations need to adopt systematic approach. In the diagram, we see strategic HRM model. Strategic HRM model suggests that HR strategy is integrated with business strategy. As we can see in the model, vision and mission of the organization gives direction to business strategy, on the basis of which HR strategy is formulated. Both business strategy and HR strategy in turn are designed after scanning internal as well as external environment. Lastly, HR implementation plans are put in place. Now let us understand the linear model of strategic human resource management. The concept of strategic human resource management appears to be based on the belief that the formulation of strategy is a rational and linear process, which denotes that the overall HR strategy flows from the business strategy and generates specific HR strategies in key areas. That process takes place by reference to systematic reviews of the internal and external environment of the organization, which identify the business, organizational and HR issues that need to be dealt with. So, the resultant strategies are related to resourcing strategy, human resource development strategy, reward strategy, employee relations strategy, etc. The strategic nature of HRM is the most important feature of HRM is association with strategic integration, which flows from top management vision and leadership. This requires the full commitment of people to it. David Guest in 1991 stated that an important aspect of the human resource management is strategic integration, by which he meant the ability of the organization to integrate HRM issues into its strategic plans. This also reflects that various aspects of HRM fit together and provide an aspect for managers to incorporate an HRM perspective into their decision making. Legge in 1989 also suggested and considered that one of the common themes of the typical definitions of human resource management is that human resource policies should be integrated with strategic business planning. Sisson K. in 1990 supported that a feature increasingly associated with HRM is a stress on the integration of HR policies both with one another and with business planning. Strategic human resource management is the process of linking the human resource function with the strategic objectives of the organization. In order to improve performance, establishing a strong HR strategy that is clearly linked to the organization strategy is not enough. HR strategy needs to be communicated, practiced, spelled out and written down. So students, let's now understand about strategic planning. Strategic planning involves balancing its internal strengths and weaknesses with its external opportunities and threats, and maintaining a competitive advantage. In the organizations, the managers engage in three levels of strategic planning. First, corporate level strategy. Second, business level competitive strategy. And third, functional strategies. The strategic planning process also include conducting a SWOT analysis to identify its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats for better planning and strategizing. Now let us understand about strategic trends. The most important strategic trend is globalization. Globalization refers to the tendency of firms to extend their sales, ownership and manufacturing to new markets abroad. For businesses everywhere, the rate of globalization in the past decade has been enormous and has several strategic implications for firms. The last most important strategic trend is changing workforce demographics. The workforce demographics are changing as well. It is becoming more diverse as women, minority group members and older workers are entering the workforce. So, what is going to be the scenario of strategic human resource management in the 21st century? Making a shift to a new HR role is raising novel issues for HR managers and organizations. There are some alternatives and activities that will increase the likelihood of success. Some of these are HR leadership, future orientation and creativity. HR leadership. With change in the business scenario, there is a need to change the role of HR in the organizations, and an HR leader needs to work both within the group and with the leaders to fulfill the expectations of what HR can and will deliver. The success of these changes depends upon HR's ability to meet the needs of the organization and their credibility. A focused leader can develop a clear vision, motivate others to share that vision and help them work towards achieving it. Next is future orientation. HR department can provide value to understand how changing environmental, organizational and workforce factors can influence the business, anticipate the upcoming HR needs and address them. The HR department can assess the impact of any change initiative that is going to be implemented and plan to work with the business leaders to decide how to respond before the change has happened and not after it has happened. Last is creativity. In future, that HR department will be successful, which will be adaptive and responsive to the changing needs of its organization. Responsiveness in the changing world of work will require being flexible as the organizations change. The traditional practices and processes will not be sufficient to meet the emerging needs of the future HR leaders. The leaders are likely to be dependent on creativity of their groups to achieve effective results. Increasing globalization of the market will create a need for both flexibility and creativity with a new workforce and with new customers. The new trend in the organizations is to create specific business units as a way of enabling them to develop a close network and working relation with a small part of the business. This kind of structure can be successful and developed only when the HR person has a direct reporting relationship with the leader of the business unit. In this kind of structure, the central HR team works with the specific unit to communicate and help the department to function well. One advantage of this structure is that it supports and promotes the flexibility and creativity, as the concerned HR personnel can modify and improve processes and services to meet the needs of their assigned business units. As organizations grow in size due to various business reasons like expansion, merger and acquisition, entering into new markets, the organizations develop multiplicity of HR groups. These can be duplicative or complementary. The approach that seems to work well is to develop centers of excellence where the HR groups in different parts of the company develop their expertise in a particular area and serve the needs of the larger company. Vision for 21st century. Jackson outlined a vision for the 21st century workplace based on 3 core principles identified by Strategic Human Resource Management and its affiliates. Innovation will play an important role, as an innovative workplace gives people the flexibility to determine and monitor how, when, and where work gets done. This enables employees to find a better balance between their work and personal lives, which are more intertwined than ever before. Second, a competitive workplace that allows companies to attract, recruit, hire, and train the talent they need. It is evident that the skills in highest demand are in the shortest supply in the available pool of candidates, and because of the skills gap, the HR managers face tough time in hiring the efficient people to man the jobs, when many people are still searching for good jobs. To overcome the issue, the people and companies are moving around the world, so no organization will be able to avoid the global competition for talent. Next, a fair practices workplace that gives everyone a fair shot and equal pay for equal work. It is very important to treat people equitably to survive in the competitive world. Let's now understand some of the strategic HR initiatives and the impact that they will have on organizations and its human resources. In the slide, we can see on the one hand strategic HR initiatives and on the other impact of strategic initiatives. First is guidance and motivation. The impact is that it enlarges the skill base and develops the level of competence required in the workforce, fosters learning, which happens when individuals actively attain the knowledge and skills that work towards the organization's objective. Next initiative is knowledge management. The impact is that it emphasizes on providing learning opportunities to share knowledge in a systematic way. It ensures that knowledge is retained and deals with improving the flow of knowledge, information, and learning within the organization. The third strategic HR initiative is talent management. Its impact is that it ensures that the talented and well motivated people are available on time, which are required by the organization to meet present and future needs of the organization. The next strategic HR initiative is working environment, which impacts in the way that it makes the organization an excellent place to work with policies and procedures in place. Another strategic initiative is attracting and retaining people, which impacts in the way that work towards matching the people to the strategic needs of the organization. Retention of talented employees who can deliver performance and productivity. Innovation and the people who can fit in the culture and the strategic requirement of the organization. Another strategic HR initiative is reward management. It develops motivation, commitment, job engagement by rewarding people in sync with their contribution. The next HR strategic initiative is work design. It enhances job satisfaction and flexibility, which encourages high performance and productivity. Another strategic initiative is performance management. It helps in developing a performance environment that encourages performance through productivity, quality, levels of customer service, growth, profits, etc. It improves risk taking, innovation, knowledge sharing, and establish trust in the culture. And last one to be discussed is learning culture. It is a growth medium in which the learning and learning practices grow. Here we see strategic HRM approaches to be adopted in 4 different kinds of industry. Firstly, in growth industry, the characteristics is innovative leader aggressively adopting strategic human resource management practices to enable it to meet the needs of partners in fast growing industries. In second type of industry, that is matured industry, mature leader relying on the technical human resource management capabilities that have proven beneficial in meeting partner needs, may be anticipating a competitive need to shift focus to serving the needs of companies in a fast moving industry, and thus a need to adopt strategic human resource management practices. Third type of industry, which is fragmented industry, there are flexible leaders whose human resource management practices are focused on meeting the current needs of its big business partner. Fourth type of industry is declining industry, where the leaders are laggard and they rely on technical human resource management practices, has limited resources to be competitive in serving the needs of companies in a growing industry. Now let us understand the roadmap to strategic human resource management. Firstly, assess the organization's readiness for change. Next, develop a framework and language for human resources. Then understand the role of the senior HR leader as the organizational architect. Clarify the role of the line management and engage the top management in creating and owning the HR strategy. Create the HR plan for the organization. Clarify the role of generalist and specialist in HR. Design the structure of the HR organization. And lastly, recognize the political landmines in making the transition to strategic HR. So students, let's now summarize what we studied in this module. We learned about the genesis, definition and meaning of the word strategy, which is the foundation of strategic HRM. We also discussed the emerging trends in strategic HRM and how strategic HRM is shaping in 21st century. Lastly, we discussed some specific HR initiatives and the impact that they are likely to have on organizations and its people. Thank you.